Hello, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Scientology Source is a series of videos about the Scientology religion. There are many books and documentaries about Scientology at the moment, and I would like to share with you all of the positive things that I have found in the books of Scientology. This video is episode 2 of the series. Please visit my YouTube channel, Scientology Source, to watch the introductory episode. I would like to begin by stating that I am not affiliated with the Church of Scientology or any of its affiliated organizations. These videos are based on my interpretation of the Scientology religion as communicated in the books written by L. Ron Hubbard. At the beginning of every Scientology book, the following important note can be found. In reading this book, be very certain you never go past a word you do not fully understand. The only reason a person gives up a study or becomes confused or unable to learn is because he or she has gone past a word that was not understood. Therefore, in studying this book, be very, very certain you never go past a word you do not fully understand. If the material becomes confusing or you can't seem to grasp it, there will be a word just earlier that you have not understood. The same is true for this video series. This video is episode 2, The Goal of Life and the 8 Dynamics. The Big Questions of Life. There are certain questions that religious philosophies of all kinds have attempted to answer throughout the ages. Who are you? What are you? Why are you here? Where are you going? What are your goals? These are not rhetorical questions. There are answers to these questions. Scientology has answers to these questions. Answers that are true. Answers that work. Who and what you really are. First and foremost, you are alive. You are a life. You are life. Life is an energy of a very special kind. Life is that which possesses the ability to organize and animate matter and energy in space and time. Once animated, life further acts upon matter and energy in space and time as a means of continuing its existence. The goal of life. All forms of life and existence itself is striving to continue living, to continue existing, to continue surviving. The goal of life is, in a single word, survive. Life is an interdependent, cooperative effort. Each and every life form has a part to play in the survival of other life forms. At the same time, life is also a competitive effort. Some life forms win, some life forms lose, but life itself continues on. Life is engaged upon a conquest of the physical universe. In order to survive, life has to continue its conquest of the physical universe. Life is engaged in a struggle. The energy of life versus matter, energy, space, and time of the physical universe. Life must learn the laws of the physical universe and then use those laws against the physical universe to further its conquest. The ultimate success of a life form, a species, and life itself is immortality. Actions that are in the direction of the ultimate goal are pleasurable. Pleasure is the reward for taking actions which are in the direction of the ultimate goal. The ultimate failure of a life form, a species, and life itself is death or extinction. Actions that are in the direction of the ultimate defeat are painful. Pain is the punishment for taking actions which are in the direction of the ultimate defeat. Both pleasure and pain are necessary survival factors. Pleasure lets you know that you are moving in the right direction. Pain lets you know that you are moving in the wrong direction. Happiness depends upon making gains toward the ultimate goal of survival and immortality. It is the purpose, the goal, of every individual, of every life form, to progress towards this ultimate goal. This urge to survive is known in Scientology as the survival dynamic. The word dynamic is defined as a force that stimulates change or progress within a system. In Scientology, dynamic is the force, the urge, the drive, or the thrust through time toward the attainment of the goal, survive. There is a force that counteracts the survival dynamic, known as the survival suppressor. The word suppressor is defined as a force that restrains something from acting. In Scientology, a suppressor is a force that prevents someone from expressing and acting upon their survival dynamic. The survival dynamic can be subdivided into 8 subdynamics. Each aspect of life can be more easily inspected and understood by being subdivided into the 8 dynamics. The 8 dynamics can be thought of as 8 concentric circles beginning with the self and sweeping out towards infinity. The first dynamic is self. This is the effort to survive as an individual. It includes one's own body and one's own mind. It is the effort to attain the highest level of survival for the longest possible time as an individual life form. This dynamic does not include other people. It is the urge to survive as oneself. The second dynamic is sex. This is the urge to survive into the future through procreation. This dynamic has 2 divisions. Part A is the sexual act itself and the creation of children, and Part B is the family unit, including the rearing of children. The third dynamic is group. This is the urge to survive through a group of individuals or as a group. It is group survival, with the group tending to take on a life and existence of its own. It doesn't matter what the size of the group is, only that it is seeking to survive as a group. Any group could be considered to be part of the third dynamic. The fourth dynamic is species. This is the urge to survive as a species. For humans, the fourth dynamic is the desire for the survival of the human species. The fifth dynamic is life forms. This is the desire for the survival of other life forms and recognizing that other life forms play a crucial role in our own survival. This dynamic includes all living things, whether animal or vegetable, anything that is motivated by life. The sixth dynamic is the physical universe. The physical universe has 4 components. These are matter, energy, space, and time, or MEST for short. The sixth dynamic reflects the survival nature of the physical universe itself. The seventh dynamic is spirit. This is the urge to survive as a spiritual being. This dynamic also includes the creation of ideas and concepts, and the desire to survive through these. The seventh dynamic is the source of life, known in Scientology as theta. The eighth dynamic is infinity. This is the urge toward existence as an infinite being. The eighth dynamic is commonly called God, the Supreme Being, or the Creator, but is correctly identified as infinity. This embraces the allness of all. Only once the seventh dynamic is reached and understood in its entirety will one discover and understand the eighth dynamic. Through Scientology, a person can realize that their life and influence extend far beyond themselves. By understanding each of these dynamics and their relationship one to the other, one is able to increase survival on all dynamics. Simply delineating these dynamics clarifies and brings order to existence. One can then observe these dynamics in one's own life, note which need improvement, and through Scientology, bring these dynamics into greater harmony. Study recommendation. The study recommendation for this episode is to identify your most successful dynamic and your least successful dynamic. Thank you for watching this video on the goal of life and the 8 dynamics of Scientology. The topic for the next episode will be the tone scale and charting your dynamics. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos on Scientology.